Hello, my name's Jennifer Selleck and I'm from Performance Marketing Insider. I had the privilege to sit down with Ryan Bukevicz from Bevo Media to talk about the Bevo Media Exchange along with his insights about the performance marketing industry. I hope you enjoy.
We launched our tracking platform in 2010, and really what we were setting up for is for this, what we call an affiliate exchange. So what that is more or less a way for affiliates to buy and sell traffic, affiliate traffic in a real-time bidding environment, similar to like kind of what the display side of things does with the, the real-time bidding platforms, but we set it up to actually sell affiliate traffic. And what I mean by that is people could come to our tracking platform and track their campaigns as they normally would, but what they do now instead is they'll go and opt in. We added one question that says, would you like this campaign to be included in the ad exchange? And they say yes, and we built a whole ad buying platform for advertisers to come in and buy, see all the affiliates that opted into this, and they can see the general range of stats that these affiliates are earning on a, on an estimated basis, and their general click count, conversion count, and the advertiser has the ability to bid on that particular affiliate. And if that advertiser is bidding above what that affiliate's default offers, minimum or EPCs are, then their offer, the advertiser's offer, will rotate in with that affiliate's offer, and then at that point the affiliate starts getting paid on an EPC basis, or a guaranteed EPC basis. So the advertiser or the affiliate gets paid per click, and the advertiser has the ability to get that highly coveted affiliate traffic.
So the exchange kind of makes the less of a middleman, where the advertiser and the actual affiliate can communicate. Is that correct?
Right. Well, what we basically are trying to do here is make almost like a hybrid between an affiliate network and an ad network, and it's a more transparent way of buying affiliate traffic. So what we're trying to do here is solve that chicken and egg situation where it's like, if I own an offer, I want to get affiliate, and I want to get affiliates for my offer. You can't necessarily get affiliates unless you have a good converting offer and stats to prove it. So you can't get affiliates unless you have stats, but you can't get stats unless you have affiliates. So it's kind of that what do you do situation. And this gives every advertiser the opportunity to get one of those really big affiliates to start pushing their traffic. And as we may or may not know, some of these offer owners have the ability to adjust the margins on the back end, raise the price of the product, and all sorts of other flexibility that comes in it. And say you're a really good affiliate that sends really good traffic, then I could give you more per click and pay you per click than, if you're somebody that's not necessarily sending as good of quality of traffic, then that particular advertiser might opt to not use you, or, pay you a little less per click, or just stick on a CPA basis with you in a traditional affiliate relationship.
So you have been in the industry since it pretty much started, the performance marketing side. What has been the biggest change you've seen in the industry since you've started, and how do you think it's going to be evolving as time goes on?
Well, every 6 months this industry changes. There's a new tactic, there's a new law, there's a new lawsuit, or who knows what's going on that changes everything. But really the biggest thing that I see changing right now is the whole concept of audience bidding. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people out there, specifically affiliates, that just kind of focus on Facebook or on AdWords, and it seems that there's like a little click that's all they do, but there's a whole nother world out there of different traffic sources, and attached to our ad exchange we actually put a display exchange as well. So we have a self-serve DSP, just like some of these other guys out there, like a Site Scout or like a Perfect Audience or something like that. So you could go and actually buy display traffic. And one of the things that we've been seeing, especially from having the users on our platform already, is that the best performance comes from people who are targeting not sites but actual audience. So it might, whether that be remarketing or third-party data that people are buying from some of these third-party vendors, that stuff converts like crazy. So before, there seemed to be this little misconception that you'll go and like bid on a particular site or a particular placement on a site, and that's good. But the problem is there's millions of sites out there, and it takes a ton of money to figure out what's working and what's not. And ESPN.com has all sorts of demographics that come into the site. If you're selling like a balding product, and you might think, oh, ESPN's really good because old guys are bald and old guys like sports, but so do girls like sports, so do kids like sports. But with this audience-based bidding, you don't bid on sites, you bid on users, and you follow them around the internet, whether they go to ESPN.com or like a TMZ.com or something like that. So really, that's the biggest trend, and everybody who's not doing remarketing now really, really, really should look into that, because by far it's the highest ROI you'll ever see. And to tell you the truth, most of the people that I convinced to come over and check out remarketing, they're like, wow, this is incredible. And it's a fairly new concept too, and it's just growing and growing and growing. And even in the past year, the whole concept of this real-time bidding and audience-based targeting has really evolved into really for the better for the advertiser.
Now, you mentioned you have a mentoring program. Can you tell me more about that and kind of explain how you go about that and what people get from you?
Right. Okay, so basically how it started was I right when I got into this industry around 2001, really I was in 9th grade at the time, and I just kind of fell into it. And I really started, probably my latter years in college, I really started, I needed cash, and that's kind of what I resorted to. And one thing led to another, and I began to blow up. And in the meantime, I was kind of helping people out along the way. And one particular person that I was helping out, I went through a demo campaign with him, just showing him how to set it up, and it took off. And it made a substantial amount of money really fast. And at that point, he kind of looked at me and was like, "This is crazy. What do I do?" And I pretty much partnered up with them, and we became full-fledged business partners, and went on to make lots of money. And that relationship eventually ended, but I thought to myself, I met this guy by helping him out. That would have never have happened if I wasn't helping him out, and that really benefited me just as much as it benefited him. Let me go and try to seek out similar types of people. And what I found was the people that were succeeding at this stuff was people who looked at this more as a game, where it just so happens that the score is kept by money. And but really, you look at it as an Xbox game or like a PS3 game or something like that, and you almost become infatuated with winning that game, as opposed to counting your dollars and worrying that you're freaking out that you just lost $100 on some stupid ad or something like that. And so I started seeking out those individuals and almost helping them out, and little by little, people began blowing up, and it's just built, them alone have built my own network up, or my own network of people up, and that helped grow Bevo, that helped some of these other projects I'm involved in, it helped them, and overall, it was just probably one of the best things that I've done. And, I still take on like 1 or 2 people a month. I make it a goal to still talk to people and help them out, because like I said, overall, not everybody succeeds, but the people who do, we build a great relationship, and that benefits us in more ways than one.
Would you say people who are successful in the affiliate marketing industry are very strategic, and they have good problem solving skills and that kind of things? What qualities would you say? There's
a common trend that's going on here, and people are figuring this out, whether they want to admit it or not, that a lot of people, they hear about affiliate marketing, they get into it, and all they want to do is they just see someone's campaign and copy it, and all of a sudden it starts backing out, and they think they're this genius or something, which, it's good. It's not necessarily easy to do that, but, and then all of a sudden the campaign goes down, or their ads gets disapproved, or they get their account banned, and they throw their hands up in the air like, oh, what the heck's going on? Like, this sucks. Like, I had it all figured out. But, that's kind of the fact of life. You got to really understand the core base of online marketing, and not just what you're doing, but why you're doing it. And the people that have succeeded in this industry for a long time are people who could always resort back to that base. So when a traffic source goes down or a campaign goes down, they could go back to those core essentials of really what's made them successful in the first place, and how to properly split test. And really, like I said, this industry is 90% trial and error, but the other 10% is experience. And how that experience helps you is that it allows you to structure your trial and error, so when to stop testing or when to keep on testing, how many pages to test, what to come in with your bids at, and all the different tactics that go into it. I look at it as a big equation made up of several different variables, and if you properly research and properly, dissect the situation, you could piece together 8 of those 10 different variables, and then you're only left with testing 2 things as opposed to 10 things. And that makes it a lot more manageable, and that's how these people kind of continue moving forward with their campaigns. And regardless of the new tactic or traffic source, they figure it out eventually.
I hope you enjoyed this interview with Ryan Bukevicz from Bevo Media. If you'd like to learn more about the Bevo Media Exchange, please refer to our YouTube channel for the second part of this interview. Thank you very much. This is Jennifer Selleck from Performance Marketing Insider.